10 shows.
Yeah.
We've misplaced it and we've had to try and find it again. Vishal's with me in the studio.
Welcome.
Dude, you may need to speak a little bit louder.
Yeah, but I'm not going to shout with the top of my lungs down.
Okay, in this show we're going to be covering something that we thought might be of interest to people who use MSN Hotmail. Something that we stumbled across purely by accident, or, well, I did. It's email scams. Now, there's a lot out there.
I've seen too many of them. I've seen one with National Lottery.
Yeah.
I had one. I had one, National Lottery. Email.
Notification of winnings?
Yeah, notification of winnings. And on purpose, I was like, you know what? I was like, let me see. I thought in my head, I go, you know what? Let me actually see if this is true or not. So I actually contacted them. I said, is this a legitimate email or not? And this is the email address that it's been sent from. And they go, that email address is not on our database. It's a false email address.
Yeah, so...
And they go to me, they go, please pass over your credit card details. I said, and guess what I turned around and put? Guess what I turned around and put? I said, no. I said, if you want, pay by PayPal. Actually, you can pay by PayPal. Because if anything happened, PayPal will fucking cover me anyway.
Would you? So you actually replied to that email?
Yeah, on purpose.
The funniest one that I keep getting, you know, the Western Union transfers as well.
Yeah.
You have $15 million waiting for you in a.
I've had another one as well, saying that the ambassador from an African country has given you $10 million.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my head, how has a country in Africa got $10 million?
Hold on. But do you know what these are?
What?
These are legitimate, but they're money laundering operations.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've seen ones for the Inland Revenue. The worst one is the DVLA. Driver's license renewal.
Why would you need to do that? You'd look at your own license and it says when your license is.
Yeah, but
doesn't your license end like every 20 or 30 years or something like that?
no, it's every 20 years.
Yeah. 20
No,
years.
15, I think. I'm not.
Got my license with me, so.
Yeah, but guys, we're going to be talking in detail about these. Now, there's a few issues with our email addresses as well, which we're going to get into. They are no longer operational, none of them, due to the fact that we are tearing down both of the websites to have it professionally. Oh, I didn't tell you, did I, Vish?
Go on.
We're having the website professionally done so we can link in our YouTube stuff and...
No, right. Here. This is what mine says.
Go on.
Right, it says 24th of the 2nd, 2011, valid from till 15th of the 11th, 2056.
Yeah, so...
44 years?
Yeah, we're gonna get right into these email scams, and we're gonna go into detail on some of them that we've come across. They just seem to be, for the meantime, targeting MSN for some strange reason. We're also going to get into detail about the PlayStation Network, which we should have covered on the last show, but yeah, we couldn't be bothered. But we come across some funny incidents, so we're going to put them in today's show. Not only that, we're going to cover what's going on with our email addresses. We do have a temporary email address, guys. It is pc.tech.radio@hotmail.co.uk. Both of our websites will be ripped down. And once the website has been rebuilt and revamped completely, we will let you know of our new email addresses and the new website address. We're also bringing back the PCTechRadio forum.
Yeah, buddy.
Now, we were discussing whether we were going to have it as a paid membership, weren't we, Vish?
Yeah.
I mean, what's your take on it for the forum-wise?
Well, once we get the forum up,
I would say paid forum. Yeah, paid forum for about £5 a year. You get full access to the forum, any member that's on there, and competitions that we're going to be running.
Yeah.
And all that money goes to charity. Yeah?
Yeah.
We won't actually get a penny. So if you guys want to join our paid forum, then you can do. Right, we've got a big announcement after this next song. We're playing all Nickelback tracks today just because we feel like playing Nickelback. So you'll have to bear with us. This next track is
Saving Me. And this came out, was it about 2005, 2006?
About that, I think.
Yeah, around about that time.
Okay, guys, this is Nickelback again and Saving Me.
Here we go.
Big announcement. Me and Vishal are going mobile with PCTechRadio for the first time ever, and I'm scared shitless.
Yeah, boy.
I am scared shitless. Dude,
where are we going again?
We're going to Northampton. We're linking up with Code 500. They're a new upcoming band.
I just can't wait for the big lunch. That's all I'm looking forward to.
You got Weatherspoons on the brain today, I'm telling you.
What are we today?
Yeah, so we're linking up with Code 500. They're an old friend of the show, Matt Round, whose tracks we played a long time ago. He's emailing us. He's a member of Code 500. He's emailing us their new tracks, and we'll be playing them. And hopefully, if it works out, we'll do some live sessions and have some live music played for you. So we're looking forward to going to Northampton. We're just hoping everything works out logistic-wise. And this is why we're not running off the main studio computer today. We're running off the laptop that we're taking with us. Luckily, it's not blown up yet. Now, back to email scams. Now, there is several ways. Well, I say several. There are a few ways you can protect yourself from scam artists, from receiving...
The simplest thing in the world you have to think is, do you 110% believe it? Is it too good to be true? If it's too good to be true, don't trust it.
It's not only that. You need to set your junk filter in MSN.
Yeah, your junk filter, but mainly look at it and think of it. Like, for example, David was talking about, what was it?
Well,
Inland revenue. Inland revenue say 250 quid tax return.
Yeah.
Now, if you got it and you were thinking 250 quid tax return, hold on. I would contact Inland Revenue directly.
Hold on. Let me explain that, right? If you type into Google email MSN scams, which basically means scams that are done via Hotmail, there is one called the Inland Revenue scam. Basically, the email. This is the weirdest thing about it. The email looks so legitimate that people will fall for it without question. They won't question the legitimacy of the email. But as Vishal was saying, we would actually ring the Inland Revenue just to double check. Even though it's a realistic figure of 250 quid, you don't just go straight away. And one thing to point out, the Inland Revenue and IRS, for our American listeners, will not ask you to email them your bank details. They do not ask that.
The funny thing is, they don't goddamn need to, because your bank details are directly how you get paid. So they've already got your bank details and everything already there. If they need to, they can contact the actual people who are paying you, the people who have employed you.
What we will say, though, there are a few things that you can do. You can adjust your junk filter on MSN. I think it's 3 levels, isn't it? You got low, medium, and high priority.
Yeah. To be honest, ideally, you'd put it in medium. You won't put high priority. High priority is people who are only in your contacts list. So that means nobody else outside. So even if, for example, you hadn't had a company or somebody like that, or somebody in general that you'd passed your email address to, like a friend or someone. Imagine you hadn't seen a friend in years, and you said, "Oh, drop me an email," and you've given them your email. They won't be able to contact you. So
they can, but it will go straight into your junk folder. And if you're like me, and
half the time, I think if you put it on a top one, it rejects them.
Really?
And stops you from sending them.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Shit. I didn't realise.
I'm sure there is one setting in there where you can reject absolutely everything apart from stuff that's only in your contact list.
Damn.
Or Hotmail themselves actually emailing you.
Okay, that's a bit. Another one that I came across recently. You get the standard ones from MoneyGram, Western Union.
Oh God.
Now the Western Union ones are quite funny. In fact, they're so beyond belief that how people fall for them, I've got no idea. You know, but we can get into that in a minute. Before we go for another song break, like we said, we're in Northampton next week. We've got to arrange logistically with Matt and the band what they're up to, because obviously they work. So whether we're going to be going there in the morning and dossing around Northampton for a little bit and then go and meet up with them and then go from there, or whether we're going.
Sorry, but I got a life to live, so I'm coming on my times that I'm available to come. I'm not gonna negotiate with them and say to them that.
Yeah, but dude, listen, right? They work.
Yeah.
So basically, the negotiating bit is basically going to be.
It's a two-way thing, but I don't want them to take the piss and say we're only free up
Nah,
to 4 or 5 o'clock.
Nah, they wouldn't do that.
Because I'm not gonna bother coming then, because
they wouldn't do that. They'll probably get a day off or something. So I'll work it out with Matt anyway. But yeah, code 500. The next show we're going to do is completely Selena Gomez and her new album. We did promise that we would do a full review of the album. I've been listening to it all week. I'm loving it at the minute. As Vishal's nodding his head there because he knows I'm into my pop music. Vishal's more R&B and stuff and all that. But basically, guys, with regards to these MSN scams, use your head. Don't fall for over-realistic emails. If it seems official, best way to check it, ring up the company.
Or contact the company by email or something. Don't respond to
I wouldn't even contact the company by email. I would ring, if it's the Inland Revenue or something official, or IRS or something official along those lines, I would ring them up and just say, look, is this a legitimate email? If it isn't, forward it to their fraud department. I mean, it's the same with the bank ones. Do you remember the HSBC one years ago?
Yes.
Please, we're upgrading your account for free. Please give us your account details and all passwords so we can upgrade your account. People were falling for it.
And passwords. Oh, you know, really, really bad one I had last time.
Which one?
It wasn't me, but my mom and my dad. Basically, this was about 3 years ago or something like that. Yeah, right. My mom and my dad didn't say anything, and they just cut the call. Because what happened was, someone from, I think it was Halifax, someone from Halifax rang.
Right.
Said, oh yeah, can I speak to blah 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 blah? All right, fine. Talking on the phone and stuff. I think my mum was talking on the phone, and they go, okay, you need to change your password. Mum's like, okay, this is your current password, and read it out.
Which they don't do anyway.
Yeah. And my mum was like, my mum then rang up the fraud department and said, I had a phone call a little while ago, and they've come and read my password out. They're not even allowed to know what my password is, let alone actually read it out and say it out over a phone call. She said it should only be allowed if I'm there in person, if I'm at a bank or something like that, and a bank manager's there or something like that. She goes, I could understand then.
Yeah.
So we rang them up. I can't remember what happened, but
that's
dodgy.
That's well dodgy. Okay, we're going to go into a song break, and we're going to cut the last part of the show. I hope we've covered some of the email scams. Like we said, you can look on Google, type in MSN scams, and it will give you the top 11 that are listed. There is a lot more than that, but to go into detail on all of them, it'll take us like 4 hours, and we've got a 4-hour show next week, so we need our energy for that. So, guys, after this song break, we're going to be delving into the PlayStation Network crash and what we can look forward to in the future from the PlayStation Network. Not only that, but what our take is on it and what we think about it, as well as are Microsoft in danger of the same thing happening to them. So we'll be back
buddy.
after this.
And our next track is Nickelback, and this is one of their old tracks called Someday. Here we go.
Okay, there's been a few things at the beginning of the year about the PlayStation Network crashing and being hacked, and everybody losing. I think it was over 500,000 people losing their credit card information, and these people have gone to jail now. We were meant to be covering it a couple of shows back, but to be honest, it's one of those things. If you're an ethical hacker, you want to bring down big corporations like Sony and show them vulnerabilities within their system. We had a lot of emails at the time, so we're going to cover them all in one fell swoop, no matter what the question was. We're just going to do it as one big whole thing. Basically, being an Xbox person, I'm not really all about PS3. All I know is that from what the hacking brought out about the PlayStation Network was it didn't really do Sony any favours. Did it? I mean,
not really.
I mean, how it just shows that their system wasn't secure enough to house credit card information. And
it was kind of like rubbish and pathetic that such a big corporation couldn't even deal with something that small. It really, really just defied logic.
Well, I mean, how can it's like me saying to you, okay, here's my credit card information. Are you sure you're not going to lose it or spend any money on it? People rely on companies like Microsoft and Sony to have the proper security in place. I mean, what's your take on it, Vish? I mean, when it all happened, I mean, what? Because I know you've got a few mates on that play.
All I thought in my head was, thank God I ain't on that shit. Thank God I've got nothing to do with it.
I mean, the only thing that surprised me was everybody was going, oh, Microsoft are going to be next, Xbox 360 are going to be next. They probably are going to be next, but from Microsoft, a lot of people don't realise they work with hackers. Who do you think bombards the operating systems with viruses, with everything they can get their hands on, and try and rip information off it before it's all fixed? I mean, me and Vishal have known, well, most of people that we've known for years, and have told Microsoft do work with hackers. They work with the most elite ethical hackers you can possibly think of, and they pay them big money.
And you got to remember as well that some of these people that don't do ethical hacking and just do full on hacking, illegal hacking. You got to realize that half the time you hear them and then they're like, oh, this elite hacker, he hacked into such and such place. As soon as the FBI and them all trace him and find out, they say, oh, they're arrested. They're not arrested. FBI actually say to them, right, either you can spend the rest of your life in jail or you can work for us as an ethical hacker.
Yeah.
And then
they give them a choice.
Yeah, and then what they'll end up doing is working as an ethical hacker. And what you do then is you work for the FBI and you show them and say to them, right, look, this is how I got in. These are the loopholes. These are the gateways, the ports that are open.
Yeah.
How was I able to get in?
I mean,
need to fix this.
The ethical hackers are, I would say, only 5-6% out of 100. They're very limited crowd, very limited, and basically, it's. I still say Microsoft have to watch their back though, because their thing with the Xbox is once you put your card information into the system, it's actually locked in. So basically, you cannot delete it.
Yeah.
So you know, like the subscription fee for Xbox Live.
Yeah.
Every month, without fail, whatever subscription plan you're on will come off your credit card without fail. It will come off your credit card without fail.
Yep.
So, and Random F came across this problem a while ago. It took him, I think, 3.5 hours worth of phone calls just to get his brother's credit card off his Xbox. That's how bad the security... Well, I say bad, but bad in a good way, on how the security is at Microsoft, especially for the Xbox. Because to go through 3.5 hours of phone calls just to get one credit card number removed from your Xbox is crazy.
Shouldn't have to go through all that, but oh well.
Yeah, but I'd be throwing the phone against the wall if I was going through all that.
3.5 hours on a goddamn phone.
Yeah. You know, I mean, our overall conclusion of the PlayStation Network, I mean, what would you say? Are they still... Do you reckon Sony have now lost out on the console thing, or...
Well, they've lost quite a bit. It's how are they going to recoup it all back together?
Yeah.
For them, that's going to be that's going to basically determine whether they're number one or they're number two.
Well,
or possibly
apparently the PlayStation 4's on hold, isn't it? Because of the hacking incident. Microsoft have boosted up their security and taken on the more hackers and things like that, and like they always do, everywhere will beef up their security on incidents like this. And then I've seen that, dude. I've seen that. It's because you have to go through Manchester to get to Liverpool. That's why.
I know.
It's not an actual football score.
No, it's how many titles you won compared to what we've won.
No, you should get your maths right. We've won more titles than you.
No, you haven't actually.
Don't start this dispute with me, because I'll start pulling out records.
You haven't actually. You've won more cups and everything altogether. Yes. Titles, no, you haven't.
Here we go. Anyway, this is PCTechRadio. This is not a forum for football violence or hooliganism. Right, where's that sledgehammer gone?
Where's that chainsaw gone? I can't find it.
Chainsaw? Oh, I put it in the shed.
Oh, don't worry, I got my hacksaw. It's okay.
Don't worry, I like pain. Anyway, like we've said, you know, it's down to PlayStation now to come back from this and recoup what they have to.
I know, it's stupid.
You know,
it's ridiculous what they did.
I mean, but the thing is, they made a loss on the PS3. They made a loss of about 80 quid a console. So, because, you know, it cost them more to build than to sell.
Yeah.
Microsoft is still going strong with the Xbox, but people seem to not read the health warnings on the Xbox and seem to be...
Speaking of which, David has some news about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to take away from the family's sorrow, because obviously it was someone's son, someone's uncle, someone's cousin.
Yeah.
You know, but...
Brothers.
Yeah, it's in the national paper. I think it's in the Sun or the... I was just about to say the Daily Mirror, but they're off the... no, that's News of the World, isn't it? But basically, he was doing 12-hour sessions a day playing the Xbox, and it was confirmed by a coroner that he passed away from a blood clot to the brain.
Yeah.
From playing the Xbox 360.
And that goes for people who also every now and then spend hours upon hours every day, even if you're taking breaks in the middle. You should not be staring at a screen, playing on a console every single day for the majority of your day.
I mean, yeah, I spend a lot of time on my laptop, but I definitely take like 4 or 5 hour breaks in between. You have to, because your body cannot just cope with...
Because I'm not being funny, right? But if you're sat there and you're playing on a console, what are you doing? You're lying, or you're sat there in one position the whole time.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you might move around like a couple of times a little bit, but that's a very, very slight amount of body movement. You will not be doing anything major. You'll be more or less in the same position, maybe 5 or 10 inches in another direction, moving your legs or something like that. Okay, you might get up and go to the toilet for 30 seconds.
Sorry, guys, needed that.
But, you know, minus that, you're not really doing anything. You're sat in one place.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, the games on the consoles are very, very, very addictive.
Yeah, I mean, like me, Pro Evo. I can sit there.
You're on it for hours on end.
Yeah, I can sit there. I can sit there and play on Pro Evo for like... I think one day I did it where I sat and I played Pro Evo with my cousin. Me and my cousin got up at 8 o'clock in the morning, because we used to go to bed like a little bit early.
Yeah.
We used to get up early. We used to get proper stupidly early. My cousin used to be up at 6. I used to be up about 7, half 7.
Bloody
so
hell.
we got up. I just got ready, quickly brushed my teeth and stuff, had a little bit of breakfast. 8 o'clock in the evening, at 8 o'clock in the morning, I started playing. Do you know the only break I had?
Go on.
I went to the toilet twice, and I went upstairs into the dining room for 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, I scoffed a meal which would take 20 to 25 minutes for a normal person to eat. In 10 minutes...
Are you being serious?
I cleaned the plate in 10
so,
minutes.
in total, how long were you playing?
I was playing from 8 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock in the morning. Which is 17 hours. In 17 hours, I took 30 minutes break.
So, basically, I guarantee you had a major headache after that.
No. Didn't.
See, but we're not...
But I would not recommend somebody to be doing that constantly all the time. Okay, I did that for 2 or 3 days. I haven't done it since.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that 2 or 3 days on a trot. I did it one day. Next day I didn't do as much, and then the next day later I did loads.
Yeah.
Couple of days in the middle didn't do as much, and then I did more after that again. Let Grandpa have his
my vitamin C drink.
You know, have his little bit of a...
But the thing is, right, how can you play? I just don't get it. I get when I played the consoles, I got bored after 10 minutes and I used to switch it off. Because you only get to a certain point in the game. If you get stuck and you can't get past it, I just used to go bang on the PC, play a PC game, play it, complete it, done. You know. But seriously, guys, please take into consideration your health, and please take into consideration the health warnings that come along with these consoles. Because it's alright saying, oh yeah, there's an epilepsy warning on this game, and if you're epileptic and you play it and you have an epileptic seizure, you know, you can't blame the game maker, because they've given you accurate warning.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing is, to play consoles 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, without doing anything else, is a danger to your health.
Okay, I also want to say one thing about that as well. I'm sorry if I offend anyone for saying this, but, you know, it's kind of like, how can you physically sit there for 7 days on a trot, carrying on, continually playing all the time, every day?
Well, I don't know if this person was, but the thing is...
not that person. I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about people in general.
Yeah.
No offense, but you do not have a life if you're going to sit there in front of a console playing all day, every day. No offense, you don't have a social life. You don't know how to socialize it. You know, this is the problem, that, not in a rude way, but this is the problem that the younger generation are going to have, where Facebook, mobile phones, sat there with an iPad, playing on the consoles all day. They're doing all that let alone going out and playing sports or actually going out. And
Well,
socialising
look
with your friends and stuff.
at what we used to do when we were younger. I mean, we'd have football. I mean, before Facebook came along, before we got interested in mobile phones or having the latest mobile phone, you'd play tennis, you'd play football, you'd play golf, you'd play sports.
Yeah.
You'd play sports in school.
Rugby, cricket.
You know, you'd go running about with your mates. I mean, I used to remember going up in Gloucester, where I'm originally from. There's a hill called Robinswood Hill. I'd go up there with a group of my mates and play tracking all the time.
Yeah. I mean, when I was in school, what I used to do, I was one of the worst people. Let me put it to you this way. From all through secondary school till I think about year 10, year 11, that's when it was every now and then. I used to skip lunch and I used to play football. I used to play football in every break that I used to get.
Yeah.
I used to play football. Literally, like the bell would go at 12 o'clock for lunch. At 12 o'clock and 30 seconds, I'll be on that football field and I'll be playing football.
The only memorable game of football I ever had in secondary school was me and a group of my mates were challenged by the sixth form to an 11-a-side game. And the sixth form were sort of taking the mickey, saying, that I couldn't play football and crap like this. So we'd kick it about. Nobody was passing me the ball. Then my mate just turns to me and says, look, don't hang around the box, but when you see me run. And I went, all right. Next minute, he crosses the ball and whack, straight in the goal, off my head. Done. The sixth form were kicking up a stink because I scored the winning goal. And the thing is, you know, like we've said, there's a lot more things to do than playing console games all the time. Yeah, there's me bragging about PC games, but the thing is, PCs are a lot more different than consoles in the sense that once you get to a certain point on a PC game, you leave it.
Yeah.
And you walk away from it. Console games are designed to keep you going.
Constantly, the whole way.
Yeah. Okay, guys, it's now... How many minutes are we in? 46 minutes in, and we're going to play our final two tracks, and then we'll come back with a close-off and a catch-up, and then we'll log off. So this next track is Nickelback again. No surprise there.
This is one of the newer tracks called Rockstar.
Segment. Now, don't forget, at the moment, even though the websites are still up, they are going to be coming down in the next 2 months, and it's going to be completely redesigned. We're going to have our first video podcasts on YouTube with code 500. So me and Vishal can argue later who's going to do the filming of that. The new email address is pc.tech.radio@hotmail.co.uk. In the interim, for all your questions to everybody here at the show, that's Random F, myself, Vishal, or Joyti. Next show, we are going to be reviewing Selena Gomez's new album. It would have been this show, but we've got a few things to do today, like go to Wetherspoons and fill our faces full of food, while Vishal wants to fill his face with anything that contains egg in it, seeing as he's not going to be able to eat egg for the next month.
Why?
You look so depressed when I said that.
Why me out of everyone?
You look yeah, but Joyty's got the same thing. What makes
does it all the time?
Yeah, so that don't make a difference.
Yeah, but she's used to it. I'm not.
Oh, I just thought egg, protein.
I know.
Badminton. Dude, you're gonna be fucked. You are gonna be knackered.
I don't care. I'll carve my way through the month. I have to.
Okay. Like I said, guys, pc.tech.radio@hotmail.co.uk for any information that for any of your questions, any movie reviews, album reviews you want us to do. So, but listen out for the next show where we're going to do the build-up to the Code 500 interview. We're going to be dropping some of their tracks, and we're going to be doing a few other things as well besides. So this is our last track of the show.
But we've got our trip to Northampton.
Yeah.
So we've got to go for that.
Well, yeah, that's
Hopefully.
Code 500 interview. So,
Yeah, hopefully in the next few days.
well, I've got to ring Matt anyway. I've got his mobile number. I'll give him a call and see when he's free next week.
Well, thankfully, I haven't got to work at my own lovely workplace. So.
Well, we don't have to call it our lovely workplace anymore.
That's
It was
my old lovely workplace.
It was Asda.
Which one specifically?
Perry Bar,
In what city?
Birmingham, at the one-stop shopping centre for all your shopping needs.
Remember at one point it was like the second worst store in the Midlands.
Yeah, but come on, look at the other. Hold on. But look at the other stores that surround it. They are all 24-hour stores.
Yeah, Small Heath,
Queslet, Walsall, Minworth, Tamworth. Then you had the Tesco 24-hour open up. That's when it went downhill because everybody went there.
Yeah. And then there's Lidl and Aldi's nearby as well.
Yeah.
And Morrison's has opened at 9.
See, and what annoys me as well,
Two co-ops.
have you noticed, right, that so many Tesco Expresses are opening up now?
Yeah.
It's getting ridiculous.
There's one by Hampstead Road as well.
When did that open up?
You know that petrol station? Okay, you got the Shell petrol station by Hampstead Station.
Yeah.
Not there, but there's another petrol station near there where there's Spa and everything.
Yeah.
Total petrol station. Up the road from there, literally 30-second walk up the road from there.
Oh God, do you know what?
Tesco Express is open there.
Do you know what? Okay, right. Tesco didn't break America. They're still trying to break America, but what they want to do is they want to rinse and scrounge every penny out of all the people in the UK first,
make as much profit as they can make, and then use all that profit.
Yeah, but they're still going to come unstuck because what is the biggest retail chain in America? Walmart. Who do Walmart own? Asda. So
you're just trying to go. You're just trying to globally go against Walmart.
And unless they can find an American retail giant, even the second biggest, right?
Not going to work.
Yeah, but unless they can do that, it's not going to work anyway.
But they wouldn't because they're a retail giant as well. What happens if that second retail giant just starts doing fantastically brilliant and says we want to break into the UK?
Apparently, quotation marks, Walmart no longer own Asda because they sold it to a holding company in Liverpool for so many billion.
There you go.
And I think they've only done that for a tax break, but that's my opinion. And our opinions that are shared on this show do not have any legal ramifications against any company mentioned, so that's just to cover our own backs.
Yeah,
okay. Before we get the phone calls from Walmart's
will now be on
attorneys.
Our final track.
Yeah, this is a good Nickelback track. This
is probably my favorite.
What album's this off?
I can't remember what album this is off. Actually, you can see that there.
Yeah, I think it's... I don't know. Anyway, this is our final track. We're going to give you a...
actually, the album's All the Right Reasons.
Okay.
2005 track.
Yeah. Okay, guys. We're going to sign off after this track.
And this is actually my favourite track of this.
And this is actually a good track, actually, because it's something that you'd probably do yourself if... Yeah. I think this one's about a breakup, I think, because it's about photographs and I don't know. But anyway... Shout out to... Oh, yeah. We have to give shout-outs before we sign off.
Friends of PCTechRadio.
To the friends of PCTechRadio. Hi, guys. How you doing? Hope you're doing okay. To Selena Gomez, good luck on your US tour with Britney Spears. Britney's a supporting act on the tour. Go and get your tickets. Buy her new album. It's absolutely awesome. Seriously, I'll be doing a review on it on the next show. We're going to try and get Joy T in the studio when she's not so busy. And Random F will have his next show up and running soon. So, guys, we're signing off. This is our final track, and this is Photograph by Nickelback. See you later.
Bye.